So where's your head at when it comes to being a small business owner? Are you like gung-ho, like, yay, it's brilliant, best thing since sliced bread? Or are you a bit like, man, this stuff is hard? So today in this video, I want to talk to you about a phrase that 100% of you watching this are guilty of using and why you should stop using it. My name's Julie Creffield. I'm the No Bullshit Business Coach, and I want you to stop using the word hard when you describe how it feels to be an entrepreneur. Now listen, I know I have been guilty in the past of using that word. In fact, I think I was using it as a bit of a crutch. I was using it all the time, like, oh my God, it's so hard, everything's so hard. And I was annoying myself with that phrase. So today I was reading an article about young people and young people's aspirations for the workforce. And I come across a statistic, which I just thought was, ludicrous. And it said that 5 times as many 17 and 18-year-olds want to work in the art, culture, entertainment and sport industry, 5 times more than there are actual jobs available for them. Now, there's nothing that would convince me to go back to being a teenager. And, when I think about it, things were quite tough for me as a teenager. There wasn't a lot of money around, but I always managed to find a kind of part-time job. And I know that's not always the case for young people these days. And I was also thinking about what it would have been like to live in my parents' kind of days and my grandparents and my great-grandparents. So every time I think about how hard my life is, I have to kind of slap myself around the face and say, Julie, your life is not hard. My grandma's life was hard. She had 18 children. My granddad's life was hard. He had to work in the docks, and I think it's all relative. Absolutely. There are days where being an entrepreneur can be absolutely trying, where, nothing's working out, where you lose energy and faith and hope. And, I'm not for a minute saying we don't have these moments where it's bloody hard. We do. But by calling it hard, I think in some ways it's like we're giving ourselves permission to sit in that. We're giving ourselves permission to go, yep, it's hard. I'm just going to admit it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I want everyone else to know how bloody hard it is. And that energy is not going to make people want to work with you. That energy is not going to give you what it takes to get up and come up with a new idea, to find the momentum to try a different tactic. So I want you to think, every time you say the word hard, or every time you think, God, bloody hell, this is hard, I want you to see if there's a better word that you can use. So I want you to think, can you change it for challenging? Can you change it for frustrating? Can you change it for scary? Can you change it for triggering? Because when you think about those other words, and it is maybe a little bit minutiae, but when you think about those other words, it makes it easier to find solutions. Sometimes when things are just hard, it's just like a given. It's hard. Whereas when you look at these other words, I find it much more kind of full of hope to be able to find alternatives. So yes, it's challenging. Why is it challenging? Because I don't know this. Why is it challenging? Because I'm doing it by myself. Why is it challenging? Because I'm tired. There's lots of ways when you use these other words to explore what it means. When I get stuck into this is hard, this is hard, this is hard, it feels like I'm building a wall around myself, which almost says, stay out. I don't want any solutions. I just want to wallow in my hardness. So I reckon 100% of entrepreneurs watching this video will go, yep, I sometimes say it's hard too. And I want you to encourage yourself to try and think about some other ways of describing the challenge in your business.